finally returned to the meeting between Margaret, Dana Delaney, and Carl Thresher, Neil McDonough, a political aspirant. Saying he'll be one hell of a governor, she flatters him and pledges to help him win the election. Bottom line, and I do mean this in the most loving of ways, people don't like you. She then turns around and explains that she is popular and has a network of her own contacts. Her ranch is all she asks for in exchange. In the event that Thresher sells his portion, I will hand you the keys to the governor's mansion. When they return the 50, Bodhi shows Grace, Jasper, Clayton Ferris, an AI-generated bourbon influencer he is creating at Grace's request. Cole is paying Jeremiah a visit at the Dunmire property. Robert Patrick, to inform him that, in essence, he stole the alcohol as a favor for him. Gaining Jeremiah's blessing is obviously very important, and it's not something that happens easily. Once they locate the fabled bourbon, Cleo, Bella Heathcote, walks into the casino to discuss with Mitch the specific plan. We take care of what's ours, he continues, we take care of what's yours. Cleo apologizes for driving on Dunmire's lawn while intoxicated and reminds him that she doesn't want him dead or imprisoned. Bodhi and Grace invite Joanne, Annabella Shora, to the office to talk about their finished AI-generated bourbon influencer. A vibe curator, according to Grace, a savant sip. He is creating the myth of the 50, enigmatic, elusive, and financially worthwhile. When Joanne finds out that he isn't real, she worries about whether people would be upset, but Grace assures her that nobody will. A stakeout between Tyson and Mark is seen. The latter reminds Tyson, you don't let your guard down for anybody, when he gets one pulled over on him by the stripper. Not with your running crew. Finally, we learn a little more about Mark's past. When he was younger, he lived with a rough group of people who boosted cars, ran drugs, used drugs, stayed up all hours. After meeting Tyson's mother, he abandoned it and is now attempting to lead by example. The aforementioned stripper emerges from the area they are scanning while on stakeout, and they pursue her when she leaves in her car. At home, Dwight and Margaret are reading in bed when he remarks on how oddly good things have been going. It's like all these pieces are starting to fall into place, he continues. It's given him a revelation. I felt like a dead man walking when I first arrived here. I feel like I'm getting another go at things now. He realized that people need people, and Margaret makes fun of him for finding it to be a bit too obvious. Time for intimacy, lights off. Cut to quiet Ray phoning Bill while he's behind the wheel. Ray, who was quiet, knew Bill's grandfather. Fair exchange, his brains remain in his skull. Jeremiah remains firm. I understand the proposition, it's clear, but there's a fortune in them barrels, he replies. Money is not important to me. It's the heritage. Mr. Manfredi, are you able to provide more? A sweetener? Dwight acknowledges that it's impressive, but also King demented that Jeremiah would actually allow his family members to perish for practically nothing. He dismisses it with a laugh. I appreciate your observation, Mr. Manfredi, but there is only one son that I worship, and he was sacrificed in the name of the greater good, too. Dwight lets Cole go, and Dunmire gives up the truck. You can't take anything away from me that. I can't go back. As they flee with the vehicle behind them, he shouts. At home, Dwight and Margaret are reading in bed when he remarks on how oddly good things have been going. It's like all these pieces are starting to fall into place, he continues. It's given him a revelation. I felt like a dead man walking when I first arrived here. I feel like I'm getting another go at things now. He realized that people need people, and Margaret makes fun of him for finding it to be a bit too obvious. Time for intimacy, lights off. Cut to quiet Ray phoning Bill while he's behind the wheel. Ray, who was quiet, knew Bill's grandfather. And the two earned money together while showing respect for one another. Ray gets right to the point. He continues, I just want you to know that I'm only a phone call away if you need any advice about anything, or if you have a problem with anyone out there. You get it? Yeah, Bill replies, Ray, I believe I do. Is Dwight going to be betrayed again? Watch for next week. Examine. Margaret is telling Dwight about her meeting with Thresher at his office. He objects to the idea that she would go to events with Thresher in a romantic manner, but she tells Dwight straight out. You want him in office? She asks, because it won't happen without my assistance. This is a wise decision. Dwight is undoubtedly aware of that, but his worries are very private. If I see him make a move on you, do something that's getting handsy or a little familiar, I'm gonna break his jaw in 6 places, adds the man. The stripper will hopefully lead the crew straight after she gently touches his face and he receives a call from Tyson informing him that they were duped. To the location of the 50. Back at the office, Bodhi and Grace play the completed video for Joanne, which features the team's phony bourbon influencer telling a story about being taken to taste the renowned 50-year brew while holding a sack over his head and a revolver to his face. Joanne approves, but once they upload it, there's no turning back. Cut to Tyson and Mark, who are looking through binoculars to see the 50's barrels being unloaded. They located it. Cole doesn't want to go.